Hey everyone, welcome to week 34 Connects You launch, and this week's topic is the power of yet. So this one is going to be on mindset, and what mindset is a person's mindset plays a crucial role in their ability to succeed. So your mindset is basically your outlook on life, whether it's positive or negative, and we're just going to kind of look into the difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. So if you think you can't, you won't. So it's very, very important in order to succeed to actually believe that you can, and not just believe it, to actually take some steps to try to get better. So if you have a fixed mindset, and I know we're all guilty of having a fixed mindset in at least some aspect. No one person has a growth mindset in every aspect of their life. Normally we are mixed with a fixed mindset and a growth mindset depending on the topic or the skill. So people with a fixed mindset believe that they are not in control of their abilities, and they operate under the assumption that they do not have the ability to learn and grow. People with a fixed mindset tend to focus on performance, outcomes, and results. So they're basically, I failed an algebra test. I just can't do algebra. I'm not good at algebra just because you failed one test. And then you get in the mindset that you are not very good at math, yet you're not really going to try to work on it. So we encourage you to not have a fixed mindset. We'd like you to try to all start being a little more positive and make that switch towards a growth mindset. What a growth mindset is, people with this growth mindset believe that they are in control of their abilities. They operate under the assumption that skills are built with effort. Things don't just come natural. Some things come naturally to people, but you normally enhance those skills with some effort. And people with a growth mindset focus on the process of getting better, not the results. So I think that's kind of perfect, and what's needed sometimes here in cyber school. It does not always come easy. Just because you're not good at it in week 1 or 2 does not mean you can't do this, but you have to recognize that you're going to have to put in a little more effort, make some changes. Things are going to be difficult, but that's that process of learning that actually the growth mindset will help you realize that that's the important thing, is the process of learning and getting better. There are 4 keys to growth, and that is effort, challenges, mistakes, and feedback. And depending on which mindset you have, you might take into account each one of these keys a little differently. So if you look at this, on the left side is a fixed mindset, and on the right side is a growth mindset. So we've already gone into what their beliefs and their focus are. But if you look down at the keys to growth, the first one being effort, people with a fixed mindset believe that effort is not necessary and it's not useful. Whereas people with growth mindset know that effort is useful and it'll eventually lead to growth. We're not saying that if you are not very good at baseball right now, you're 17 years old, you're okay at baseball, but we know that if you put more effort in, you might not go to the major leagues, but you could get better. You could become a better pitcher or a better hitter just based on practice. But it doesn't mean that you're going to excel, but you can always get better than your status quo. The second key to growth is challenges. People with a fixed mindset tend to back down and avoid challenges because they view them as a threat. So those are your people who right now are not working at all because the challenge is going to be pretty difficult to finish their courses in the next 6 weeks. So they pretend that challenge doesn't exist at all, or they've already given up at this point. Whereas a growth mindset, they're going to embrace the challenge and persevere, and they're viewing this as an opportunity to kind of learn something about themselves and to grow as a person and as a learner. The third key to growth is mistakes. People with a fixed mindset hate mistakes. They let the mistakes discourage them, and they try as hard as they can to avoid them. Whereas somebody with a growth mindset is going to use all of their mistakes and treat them as an opportunity to grow and learn. You can learn a lot more from your mistakes, and you kind of have to reflect and see how you can get better. And then the fourth key to growth is feedback. So what we discussed last week kind of pulls this all into effect. So the feedback, somebody with a fixed mindset is not going to find feedback very helpful. They'll get defensive and they'll take it personally. So a fixed mindset is going to view it as a personal attack and kind of shut down. Whereas somebody with a growth mindset is really going to welcome that feedback. They want to know how they can get better, and they appreciate and use that feedback to grow. So again, it's all positive versus negative mindset. And those of you who have had more of a growth mindset this year and have opened and been embracing those challenges and not getting so defensive and discouraged and just avoiding it, you guys are all doing better. And hopefully the ones who are listening that feel like they have more of a fixed mindset will try to make a more cognizant effort to make that change. Struggle. Most learners hate it. Good learners can handle it, and great learners use it to grow. I really, really enjoy this because you have to understand that the process of learning, just like anything else in life, can be difficult, and great learners are going to use those struggles and those failures as an opportunity to get better instead of shutting down. So making sure that you're trying to switch to that growth mindset and welcome the struggle. And also the power of yet. So what we need to do is just try adding one word to the end of your sentence. So instead of saying, I just can't do this, I just don't understand this, take a breath and try adding yet to the end of your sentence. Be a little more positive. I just can't do this yet. I don't understand this yet. Understand that if you put in the effort and try a little harder and persevere, you might just understand it in a week or two. Just because you don't understand something right now or you can't do something right now does not mean that you'll never be able to. But again, it's all up to you and your mindset. Your reflection question for this week is, why is having a growth mindset important for learning?